What's up everybody and welcome to another edition of AGR's Pop Culture Reviews. So first of all, let me start by saying that I'm really sorry that I'm just now getting this review out. The reason that it's so late is because this thing got stuck in customs limbo forever, at least 2 weeks. I don't know what the hell happened or what they were investigating, but they actually opened these packages up to see what was in them. I didn't know we were at war with Japan, but whatever. So this is why it took so long, guys, but nevertheless, I do have it in studio now, and I'm finally gonna review this damn figure. Now, to say that the launch of this piece has been problematic is a bit of an understatement. I'm not exactly sure what happened in production, maybe the manufacturer just didn't anticipate the demand, but these things are so freaking hard to find now, and the only ones that you can find are on eBay, but the astronomical prices that they're asking for are a little bit ridiculous. No joke, guys, I saw a listing on eBay that sold out, and I mean sold this piece for $450. So let's see what all the hype is all about. Today we're going to be reviewing the VR052T 1/12 scale variable type Ray, or Rand in North America. Let's take a closer look. Now, when I reviewed the Stick or Scott Bernard figure, I focused a little bit more on the ride armor. Today I want to do something a little bit different because essentially this is exactly the same figure with a few tweaks to the mold. Now, apart from the obvious, the only real difference in this figure is the sculpt within the actual helmet itself, and also the differences in the color of the actual inner lining of the outfit, which is blue, Stick is red. And in all honesty, if you were to close the visor and not realize the difference between the paint scheme and the inner lining, you wouldn't know that this was a different figure. Now, just like the Stick figure, this also comes with an alternate head, which is really great. I love how they did Rand here, and I especially like the fact that his hair is the right color of the anime. It's perfectly done. There are also some very interesting facial features. Now, if you'll notice, it does look like the eyes are just kind of painted on. There's no depth to them really. In other words, there's no indentations in the eye sockets. And in some ways, they kind of look like water slides. It doesn't mean it looks bad, but it's just an unusual design choice, I guess. Also, there is that controversy with the etching in the actual helmet. Now, it's not as noticeable when you have the visor down, but when you open it up, it is glaringly obvious and it looks really weird, guys. Now, the Cyclone itself is absolutely spectacular. Very similar to the Stick figure, they got the right shade of green here. I especially love how detailed it is. It looks fantastic. Personally, I like this design a little bit better. It just looks really awesome, guys. And there's only a few minor tweaks, not too much difference from the original. But there is a bit of a caveat to that. We still have no sticker sheet, so in that respect, we still have no interface with the actual motorcycle, which is weird. I still can't figure out why the hell they did this. Now, the only real difference between the mold of this Cyclone and the previous one is the front fascia. On one side you have a shield, and on the other side you have a small particle cannon. Though I do have to admit, although it's not as robust as the much larger weapon, it is a little more detailed. I especially like that amber sensor in the front, and if you'll notice, the actual muzzle of the cannon is really detailed. It's done in this really nice finish. Now, it does attach to the front fascia on a ball joint system, and it can be removed so that the actual rider can hold it in his hand, which is really nice, and you really get that full effect once he's actually holding the weapon. Now, similar to the previous figure, the only additional accessories that you get is a base, which again is very similar to what we see in the actual anime when they were riding on that kind of grid, and it's not at all different from the previous figure. You also get that kind of hook so that you can display the piece either with the ride armor or if you want to display it in the motorcycle, so there's not too much of a difference. Like I said, guys, these are exactly the same figures with a few minor tweaks. And although I'm not showing them on screen, the other accessories that you get are 6 additional hands for various poses. Now, if you want to check out what this figure looks like in the full ride armor, I'm going to put a link in the description from my previous review of Stick so that you can kind of see what it looks like. But again, guys, I didn't transform it because this is exactly the same figure, and the only real difference in the ride armor is in its weaponry. Now, obviously, I'm going to categorize this as a Holy Grail piece only because of its scarcity. Now, here's the thing, guys, I'm a little bit torn about this. I like this figure, it's a really nice figure, but it's hard to recommend right now if you're going on the secondary market. For $450 for this figure, I'm not sure if I can recommend it, guys. Just for some perspective, guys, just so you know where my mind is at, that is about the same price for a lower end premium format statue. Think about that. Now, in light of the scarcity of this piece, I really gotta thank the folks over at HobbyLink Japan for sending these 2 wonderful pieces over for review. Alright everybody, so that's my official review on the VR052T 1/12 scale variable type Ray, aka Rand, from Genesis Climber MOSPEADA. As always, I thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next AGR's Pop Culture Reviews.
to